Max, is the heavyweight division finally back?
It is. It's back, and we are actually already in phase one of a golden era of heavyweights. Look, once upon a time, Stephen A., in heavyweight boxing, Jack London, the racist author of Call of the Wild, when Jack Johnson was champion, early in the 1900s, said they needed a great white hope to restore the dignity to the, all this kind of stuff. And throughout the 20th century, there was this sense that America really wanted a white heavyweight champion. If it was Rocky Marciano, then everyone got very excited. But actually, the biggest stars were African-American heavyweights. Muhammad Ali, Joe Louis, Mike Tyson, right? These were the biggest stars in sports. And eventually, Lennox Lewis comes along. He's this British heavyweight who's beating everybody. And people start lamenting, oh, what happened to the American heavyweight? The answer is the NFL, actually. And then Klitschko came along, Stephen A. You're a knowledgeable boxing guy. You know that Klitschko had a boring run. He was fighting in Germany, very technical style. Even his name is difficult to pronounce, lots of consonants in a row, right? And English was not his native language. And so people lost interest in the heavyweights. Then all of a sudden, Anthony Joshua comes around, undefeated, always in shape, 365-day-a-year athlete, Anglican name, easy for people, speaks English as his native language. More importantly, has a nice, flowing, fluid style. And Tyson Fury, probably the biggest personality in boxing. Also, English is his native language, named after Mike Tyson, obviously influenced by Muhammad Ali.
By the way, Anthony Joshua here tomorrow.
That's right. Big personality. Even the guy he's fighting, Jarrell Miller, also big personality, nice, fluid style. Stephen A. And then Deontay Wilder, an actual American, right? Who's a huge all-time puncher with the right hand. And not only that, all the guys I mentioned, Deontay Wilder, Anthony Joshua, Tyson Fury, have special stuff inside them that when they get knocked down or hurt, they get back up to win or finish the fight. It is very rare, Stephen A., that the heavyweight division has more than one excellent fighter in it. It is exceedingly rare where it has many fighters at the top who are not only excellent, but are fan-friendly and charismatic and make dramatic fights. But that's what we have right now in heavyweight boxing.
Well, let me say this. The heavyweight division is attractive. I'm liking what I'm seeing. I'm not trying to sit up there and throw shade on anything. I like Tyson Fury's mouth and his bravado and his boxing skills, not necessarily his punching power. We know what punching power Deontay Wilder has, and I appreciate that. But ultimately, it comes down to black men in terms of Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua, because that's the matchup that everybody really, really wants to see. If you watched Tyson Fury, you didn't get the impression that he was somebody that could take out Deontay Wilder, that he was going to box him and outbox him for 12 rounds and win him and win that way. That's what you saw. And when it comes to heavyweights, you're looking for a knockout. Now, if Tyson Fury had knockout power with that mouth, even though he's from England, let me tell you something, he'd be exponentially more attractive. Me, you know where I'm going, Max, because when you talk about the golden era of the heavyweight division, I'm going to the 70s with Ali and Frazier and Foreman and Quarry, Ernie Shavers, Ronnie, right. I mean, Lyle and these boys. I mean, come
Kenny
on now.
Norton.
Listen, don't even get me started. I mean, even with the 80s with Larry Hall
Oscar
and Mike
Bonavina.
Weaver and those boys. I want, please, this right here, I respect the heavyweight division, but don't get me started. It doesn't compare to what we saw in the 70s. Let's put the brakes on that right now.
Yeah, well, listen, there have been, the 70s were great, the 90s were great. I'm saying the heavyweight division is back. I'm not saying it's better than the 70s, but it's back.
I understand. No. I respect where you come from. They are back if that's the way you put it. I'm just saying don't tell me and usurp what I saw growing up. Oh, no.
Let's get to Tyson Fury. Let's get to Tyson Fury. You bring up punching power, right?
I like the punching power. He lacks the punching power.
He's not a puncher.
I'm in love. I'm in love with the welterweight division. That's where I'm at.
Yep.
That when I think of boxing, and I saw you talking to Bob Arum. Let me tell you something, because I love me some Bob Arum. I really do. Let me tell you something, Bob. If you could sit up there and talk to Al Heyman about getting Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury in a rematch, you can talk about getting your boy Terrence Crawford in the ring with Errol Spence Jr. You could do that instead of him fighting some guy 2 weight classes lower than him and Mikey Garcia that's what he's going to do, eat some donuts or whatever and pump himself up to 147 pounds. If you can do Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder, you can do Crawford and Errol Spence.
Stephen A., you're absolutely right.
I like it. but I'm a welterweight guy, Max. I'm a
You're
welterweight.
absolutely right. Why not do business across all the different
That's
divisions?
right. That's right.
Now, I'll say this about the welterweights. Sure, the welterweights are an excellent division. Like in the 80s, when you had, in the early 80s, you had Tommy Hearns and Sugar Ray Leonard and Wilfred Benitez and Roberto Duran. Golden era of welterweights, and it was an amazing time. But whenever the heavyweights have the action, it's always the best for boxing. The big boys are the best. When that's going strong, boxing is at its biggest, if not best. And I want to say something about Tyson Fury. He's not a big puncher. But you know who can be big attractions when they're not big punchers? When you got the mouth and the personality. Like Floyd Mayweather wasn't a big puncher.
Not at the heavyweight, Max.
No, even heavyweight. Muhammad Ali by the end wasn't knocking a lot of guys out. But it became a thing where people were emotionally invested in him. So it wasn't about how he won. It was about whether or not he could win. And Tyson Fury is on the way, if he can keep winning and being involved in big fights, in being the kind of guy that people are interested in to see whether or not he can pull rabbits out of his hat, not knock people out.
The heavyweight division is going to be ultimately carried by Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder and that kind of collision. You gotta have knockout power as a heavyweight. Nobody they can tolerate that from Floyd Mayweather, dancing around for 12 rounds. They can't do that with heavyweights, I'm telling you.
Ali was decisioning a lot of guys.